Are you out there, my friends? Hello and welcome to Robert Sarazin Blake from the kitchen table. My name is Robert Sarazin Blake. This is David Pender Lofgren over there on the controls and on the Balron. And here we are. It is November 1st. We made it all the way to November 1st. This is episode 2 of season 2 of From the Kitchen Table. We're so happy to be here. We're happy it's a little bit warmer than it was last week. We were chilly, but we got more heaters this week. And it's not as cold, so we're feeling good. We got Chris Acker joining us all the way from New Orleans, Louisiana. Originally from King County, but now he did what a lot of people who are thinking about the future have done, and they moved to states where their vote will have more power. So he's voting in Louisiana now. That's the sole reason for moving down to New Orleans, was that he would bring his vote down there. So we're really counting on Chris and all of his associates down there to turn Louisiana blue for the red, white, and blue. Yesterday's sad ending about the water in me whiskey. The brass passed off as gold, another round. We're descending into old time memory. The day when wood was wood, silver, gold was gold. Comes it down, we're lamenting. The century's sad ending about the water in me whiskey. The brass passed off as gold, another round. We're descending into old time memory. Day when wood was wood, silver, gold was gold. Comes it down, we're lamenting. Yesterday's sad ending about the water in me whiskey. The brass passed off as gold, another round. We're descending into old time memory. The day when wood was wood, silver, gold was gold. Sweet home was home. So glad you're with us, and I am so happy to be getting back in the zone and spending my Sunday nights with yourselves here. Robert Sarazin Blake from the kitchen table, from the most northwest corner of the most northwest city, the most northwest state in the lower 48. We got the biggest election of our lives in 2 days, and yesterday, of course, was a subject of which Lou Reed wrote about a long time ago. There's a downtown fairy singing out Proud Mary as she cruises Christopher Street. Some southern queen acting loud and mean with the docks and the Badlands beat. This Halloween is something to be sure, especially to be here without you. There's a Greta Garbo and an Alfred Hitchcock and a black Jamaican stud. 5 Cinderellas in yellow leather drag almost fell into my mud. There's a Crawford Davis and a tacky Cary Grant. My boy's looking for trouble down here from the Bronx. But there ain't no Harry, no Virgin Mary, we'll never hear those voices again. Ain't no Johnny Rito, Brian Rita, never see those faces again. This Halloween has somehow got me down, especially since I know you're not around. There's a Lavender Boozers, Oregon Boozers, a crack team from Washington Heights. Crack team from Washington Heights. 5 Cent, oh no, that's coming to me, let's take it again. There's some Lavender Boozers, a Oregon Boozers, and a crack team from Washington Heights. Check the words. Boys from Avenue B, girls from Avenue D, Tinkerbell and Tights. The celebration somehow got me down, especially since I know you're not around. No Peter Pedantic saying things romantic, writing Greek or Spanish. No Brandy Alexander's, 3 bananas, dishing out their tricks. The price keeps knocking at my door, and I don't want to hear it anymore. There's a girl from dates, giving out pay rates, or else doing it for free. Brass keeps knock, knock, knocking at my door, but I don't want to hear it anymore. No consolation, please, for feeling funky. I gotta get my head above my knees, and that makes me sad, and that makes me mad, and then I start to freeze. In the back of my mind, I thought it might be you. In the back of my mind, I knew it must be true. The Halloween parade, Halloween parade, the Halloween parade. There's a Halloween parade, Halloween parade, the Halloween parade, at the Halloween parade. Well, stumbled a little bit there on some of those lyrics there. At a certain point, I realized that was not a version of me singing Lou Reed's Halloween Parade that I would ever want anyone to experience other than those who experienced just in this moment here, the day after Halloween, where I felt inspired to play it with clearly not a lot of brushing up on the tune. We hope you enjoyed your odd COVID Halloween. We had some candy spaced out, piles of candy spaced out, feet apart from the other piles in the front lawn, so people, if anybody came out, they could get some candy. It was pretty quiet out there on the Halloween streets. Doubt came in and it stripped the paint. Doubt came in and it turned white. Doubt came in and left not a trace of vinegar and turpentine. Doubt came in with its tricky fingers. Doubt came in with its pickled tongue. Doubt came in and my heart faltered, forgot the lines it sung. Doubt was waiting somewhere backstage. Doubt was waiting for his cue. Doubt was waiting for a break in my wind, slip it in all blue. Came a quell, the sails fell, all started looking to go. Doubt stopped waiting, I started breaking, questioning where I stood. Doubt came in on the avenue. Doubt came in on a train, headed for a rack, screamed in the deck, so quick there wasn't much pain. Screaming metal, squealing tracks, crunch echo in the air. Doubt came in clear and cold, I can no longer care. out by bridges that fill me with wonder, that fill me with awe. I don't neglect the grandeur. Hands pour the pilots, smooth concrete. Lifted the stones, played out the vision of the eyes of the desk, pencil in hand, cup of coffee, paper and calculation, architect with plans, engineer with designs, artists with designs, engineers with equations, men and women of desire, politicians pass legislation, funding bills, the ways and means, tax collector collected, clerk carry the one, put it in the right pile, we pay the bill in April, put it all, the addition, didn't have the money, maybe next year, so we could all get somewhere else, other end of the valley, across the Russian River, like palms and train, fjords and fields, redwood trees, peers out of the ocean, ships across seas, and it's rain, we might not notice, if the radio's strong, we might not see, take it for granted, all that's been expanded, all the hands it took to get to the other side. Autumn lives. David Penderlofkin, he's over there. He's not only playing the bound but he's making all of the technical connections between me and you, so it feels like we're all in the same living room together, near and far. I wonder who is listening today from furthest away. I'm guessing we have Rosemary Nelson down there in Kirkland. I'm thinking Dad and Don are tuning in from Alabama Hill, which is Bellingham, Washington. We have Henry in St. Louis, and I don't know if we got Billiam over there in Canada as usual, but very happy to have all of you with us. And if you're from further afield than any place I mentioned, please let us know. Well, last week we did a tribute to our dear friend Della Mustascia. That was her chosen name. Nobody knew her real last name because Della created her own world and she made our world better by being around. Great circus performer Della lost her 2 weeks ago, and then just 1 week ago I lost another dear friend, a guy by the name of New York Jimmy. If you lived in Bellingham in the late 90s and the early 2000s, there was a band called New York Jimmy and the Jive 5. And I did live here at that time, and I was in a band called the Basement Swing. Very limited internet information available about either band, but I just want to let you know, if you happen to be at the 3B Tavern in the late 90s when New York Jimmy and the Jive 5 were performing, it was a really, really good time. might hear them singing. Buzz, buzz, buzz goes the bumblebee, tweedledee goes the birds. But the sound of your voice, little darling, sweetest sound I ever heard. I've seen the glory of the red, red rose, seen the beauty from the sky. It's evening with it. Seen the beauty of the red, red rose, seen the beauty when the sky is blue. Seen the beauty of the evening sunset, but the beauty of you, sweet as the honey from the honeycomb, sweet as the grape from the vine. There's nothing as sweet as you, darling, and I hope one day you'll be mine. It was a great time to be in Bellingham. The music scene was alive. There were lots of places to play and lots of people doing it. But it was a post-grunge. We were just crawling out of grunge in the late 90s. And along comes New York Jimmy and the Jive Five playing jump blues and swing, wearing suits, looking good and playing good. And it was for me a time when I was making all these friends of different musicians in town. We were all hanging out, going to parties, playing out, jamming, bluegrass musicians and jazz musicians jamming together. And then, you know, all of us were kind of early 20s, mid-20s, maybe a couple older guys in their 30s. And then there was Jimmy. The thing about Jimmy is that he was older than our parents, and he was hanging out with us, which made him just about the coolest guy you could ever imagine, and he became sort of the goal. You wanted to be Jimmy. You wanted to be looking at hugging 60 years old and hanging out with the young cats playing music in town. And Jimmy kept on playing music and making friends wherever he went. And he died in Nicaragua 1 week ago. I'm thinking about him. New York Jimmy and the Jive Five. I'm going to try singing it one more time. Buzz, buzz, buzz goes the bumblebee, tweedledee goes the bird. With the sound of your voice, little darling, sweetest sound I ever heard. Seen the beauty of the red, red rose, seen the beauty of when the sky's blue, seen the beauty of the evening sunset, but the beauty of you, sweet as the honey from the honeycomb, sweet as the stars up above. Sound of your voice, little darling, you're the one that I love. You're the one that I love. Yeah, Jimmy had made his way down to Nicaragua where he could live a very rich life on very, very little money. And Jimmy, being who he is, made friends wherever he went. He had friends down there. And he'd come back to visit sometimes. He said, Robert, he's from New York. Grew up in the red brick buildings there, just where the Houston meets the East River. He said, Robert, I've been playing mostly guitar. And last time I hung out with Jimmy, he played this song here. So I thought I'd play this one tonight. Also happens to be a Jerry Jeff Walker song. We lost Jerry Jeff Walker this week, so sort of a double. There's a photo of Jimmy and I at the Subdued String Band Jamboree in '06. Jimmy was the stage manager. I'll never forget him going up to a band and saying, "You're on in 5. I'll check back in 2." Around a tight ship. Last time I saw Jimmy, he sang this song. I got the lyrics here. See how I do with it. Thank you, Jimmy, for your friendship. What a great pal he was to myself and so many. That's not what we're doing here. Not yet. I could live my whole life without the phone call of which I got today. It was just my wife. Said hello, then goodbye. Told me she's going away. Well, I didn't cry. It was all cut and dried. I hung up before I realized. Turned up the stereo, went over the window, watched the storm in the sky. I play classical music when it rains. I play country when I'm in pain. I won't play Beethoven 'cause the mood's not right. I feel like Hank Williams tonight. There was no explanation, not even a reason. No talk of the good times we had. Was it me? Was it her? I'm really not sure. And that's why I'm feeling so bad. I play jazz when I'm confused. I play country whenever I lose. Bird saxophone just don't seem right. I feel like Hank Williams tonight. Lately I've been thinking I just might quit drinking. Then again I don't know, no. I just might stay home, get drunk all alone, punch a few holes in the wall. When I'm real high, I play rock and roll. I play country when I'm losing control. I don't play Chuck and Berry as much as I like. I feel like Hank Williams tonight. When I'm real high, I play rock and roll. I play country when I'm losing control. I don't play Chuck Berry as much as I'd like. Oh, I feel like Hank Williams tonight. Good night, Jimmy. Thanks for all the good times. If you missed New York Jimmy, you missed a really good time. David didn't move to town till much after Jimmy's time, and Jimmy came back in and out and around, but it was really the late 90s, early 2000s when his band, New York Jimmy, the Jive Five, and the Alamo Social Club. Really good times. To her story, her mind had just kept going, thinking about her feelings. She did not hear a word he said. She did not mean to be ignored, it's just her mind had kept on racing. She listened with her eyes and nodded at the right time. His mind was more like glue you had to sort of shovel through. The implicated phrase is the point that he was trying. Got the point that neither one knew what the other one was speaking of. So they smiled and cuddled up, said, I love you, turtle dove. Turtle dove, I love you. There's a ring for finger love and do. Turtle dove, I love you pure. There's a ring for your finger, I am so sure. decided they would watch a show, the one they'd both seen before. They liked it so they remembered, let's watch it one time more. About a man who went to war, but not too heavy, actually funny, really. They zoned out the dialogues like the time before. When the credits they did roll, she requested a trip to the store. I will go, he said, I will meet you there. Turtle dove, I love you. Here's a ring for your finger, love me to do. Turtle dove, I love you pure. Here's a ring for your finger, I'm so sure. Soon a week becomes a year, you know it's work, it's house, it's sleep, it's beer. Summer's almost here, put a chair out on the lawn. He reads a book, she reads a paper, Monday reserved for later. Boy, does he think, can she just go on and on and on. He doesn't mind it just one bit, knows how to respond to it. Knows he won't say anything she doesn't want to hear. So it goes and so it is, not everyone's life is like showbiz. He's building a new bed tonight, they will sleep on the floor. Turtle dove, I love you. Here's a ring for your finger, love me do. Turtle dove, I love you pure. There's a ring for your finger, I'm so sure.
Yeah.
I played a song from my record, The Beautiful in the Afternoon, early 2000s record. And the photos there we showed of Jimmy are all taken by Chris Fuller, great photographer here in Bellingham. Chris has taken a lot of photos of bands, and particularly bands live on stage, and also at the Jamboree, a lot of great photos from the Jamboree. So I want to send a song out to Chris also from the record, The Beautiful in the Afternoon. And this song takes place well after hours at the bar called the 3B Tavern. And more than likely, Jimmy is one of the characters who's sort of in the background of this scene. Roadkills, musicians in the bars in the small towns. When it's on the house, sure will have another round. Lock the door at 2 and we hang around. Somehow talking about that old band. We really could have made a man if we had the chance. Remember that time we got stuck in Valentine, Nebraska. Somehow waiting for the phone call, get on someone's stage and make a lot of dough. Until then I'll be around here, you know. Walk out in the early morning light, smoking cigarettes. Still can't say we lost our bets. Got a gig next week and that ought to pay the rent. trucker's alarm go off through an open window. Hear the morning call through the stars now. There's a smiling, slapping the signpost. Red sky scares away the ghost. Just a man walking home in some worn out clothes. Good time here this Sunday. Thanks for being here with us. Our good friend Chris Acker is going to join us. Chris Acker, originally from King County, but then lived up here in Whatcom County. And then when he's on our show in a few minutes here, a song or two later, he'll tell us what county he lives in. Now, where do they even have counties? He lives in parishes now. He'll tell you all about it. He was going to play the Jamboree this summer. He's bringing out his big old swinging band, 5-piece band, crawling all the way up here from New Orleans. But there was no Jamboree for him to travel to because we weren't traveling this summer now, were we? And maybe we can travel again sometime. But we're not traveling now, which is exactly why Chris Acker will be coming through to you through your television set this evening in a song or two. I'm in a beautiful in the afternoon state of mind. We'll do another one from that record. Mopping the floor, was closing time, song in her head, run around a few times. About her man, the things he wasn't, the lines got crowded, and they got unpleasant. And it was all along that old sweet song, step on a boat and then it's gone. Where the whiskey stops, the blurry eyes, the air fills up loud goodbyes. With her teen grenade, all that bad as the good night's out and the kids get fed. The floor was clean, the bucket empty, the back door locked. She checked already, so she just went home, got in bed. The covers were warm, thick wool thread. The song came back as she drifted to sleep. Pray to the Lord, her soul to keep. The lyrics turned into daffodils, air balloons, summer's frost. Icicles, barnacles, cantaloupe, binocular, and Argentine mountaintops, Texas dance, buttercup. She got up, began again, already forgotten where she'd been. Let's do one more, then we'll get Chris Acker in here. One more, sort of sending this out to Jimmy. We're still thinking about Jimmy. I think he might make an appearance in the last verse of the song. I'm not sure. I'll know when I get there. Starts out with a poster, Bob Marley and a spliff. You get a guitar when you get older. You start building your own myth. Exhausted from the heat and a wreck out on the highway, biggest mess you'd ever see. The bass player met a girl in Toledo the night, the drummer broke his hand. The fiddle player was pretty convinced she was gonna quit anyway. The basement show went off that night and nearly brought the whole house down. Pride like the pride in the eyes of those who make it in the underground. Look like a bunch of failures, unemployed, broken mean. Those with a quick eye can tell they were living the rock and roll dream. Dark blue sea, you call down to Texas, then back home to the Jamboree. I slept in bars, played in cars, woke up in the snow. Boys like a wet thrash, get on down that road. I know what to say about the cat and curiosity. I drink beer, I'm a man in love with a rock and roll dream. And it starts out with a poster, her he ran around and left her. Love was not what he was after. Didn't want to leave a wife at home, ruin her life as well. Fire on the hearth and baby on the rug was a show you never can tell. And I left the Alps, go to California too. Though it's easy, goodbye is hard unless you love the blues. I know to say bye, you had to hear it also. I'm gonna stay in the rock and roll dream. Come to think of it, I think New York Jimmy and Chris Acker both play, if not a specific role, a spiritual role in this last verse here. Sitting around Cap Hanson's on a Tuesday night. The bands are back from battle, swapping stories of the fight. The band broke down. And when I think about bands breaking down on the road, everybody's got a story, but New York Jimmy and the Jive Five are the only band I heard of who had a van for whom the gas tank failed. You know, you expect the brakes, the alternator, the carburetor, the resignator, but you don't expect the gas tank to fail. The band broke down, we didn't make any money, nobody came to that show. The old guys got the same old stories, the young guys always know. The band in the corner, they play here every week. The drummer gets so drunk, so stoned, that he can't play or speak. When they break up the chords, we all sing along, 'cause we all know the beat. We all just want another chance at the rock and roll dream. And it starts out with a poster, Bob Marley in the slip. You get a guitar lots, guitars as you get older, and hanging on to that old bed. Thank you very much, everybody, being with us on this Sunday night. And now we're going to invite into the program our buddy Chris Acker, coming to us all the way, I believe, from New Orleans, Louisiana. And Chris, come on in. Are you there?
Am I? I think I am.
Oh, I got to put my earpiece in, which I have dangling over here like as a necklace. Thanks to David Penderlofgren, our technical level has really come along. Thanks to me, we're not executing it very well. All right, there we are. All right, Chris.
Am I? Are we here?
Yeah. You've been here. I'm here now.
Cool.
You know
I took a bunch of photos of you. You saw when we were setting up, and you were putting the microphone up through your sweatshirt, and it looked like you were like itching your armpits and stuff. I took a bunch of photos because it was funny. Yeah, I sent them to you.
Let's go Instagram, right?
What's that?
Instagram.
Yeah, we'll put them there.
Okay,
yeah. But man,
I haven't
thanks
logged
for...
into my account in months, but I hear that's where everybody is.
Well, you'll find that photo waiting for you when you get back in.
Chris, what's happening? Are you really in Louisiana?
I really am. Yeah.
And do you really vote in Louisiana?
I do. Yeah,
Cool.
I voted. Early voted on. Must have been a week ago now.
Are there any elections in Louisiana that you're excited about that where a Dem stands a chance?
Yeah. There's all the judges. There's like a campaign called Flip the Bench, and there's all these progressive judges that are stand like a serious chance. There's this one guy named Jason Williams.
Okay.
That's from the area of town that I live in, and
Okay.
yeah, so that was kind of the, that's where you leave voting feeling really good,
Yeah, cool.
as
And
opposed to like feeling fine.
compared to 4 years ago, are your contemporaries down there voting more? Do you feel any change from 4 years ago?
Yeah, I mean, uh, definitely amongst my immediate world, and then, but just like numbers wise, like Louisiana, like in the first few days of early voting, like 3 days before early voting was over, set like a new record for early
Wow.
voting. And I know Texas that set a record for early voting
Wow.
too. And usually you know, when more people are voting, it means more left-leaning people are
Yeah.
voting. So, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it turns out that 99% have a lot of votes if they vote.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And what's going on with music? You're obviously not running around playing gigs, but have you been doing live stream concerts? Have you been writing songs? What's been going on?
I was doing some live streams at the Git, and then and those were great, and then I just kind of petered off on that, and I haven't done them for a while until you asked me to do this, and
Till
this
right now.
this feels really good. I'm really happy to be doing it. But yeah, I wrote. It was actually awesome. I ended up using the time to kind of like wrap up songs that I'd started and write some new songs, and then me and the band like all got tested and went up to New York and like recorded all these songs that I got done in quarantine. So it was actually turned out to be like, as much as I missed the
Yeah,
shows,
yeah, yeah.
I missed touring. It was like I
Healthy
got to do some
focus.
things I may have not done otherwise. So
Yeah. Well, hit us
yeah.
with the song, and we'll do some more talking later. But I'm excited to hear too.
Okay. Cool. I would also, before I play though,
Oh yeah.
what was that song with the Chuck Berry line? I missed it. I was blasting the Bluetooth,
Oh,
but I was.
Jerry Jeff Walker. A
Oh,
song
that's a
called.
Jerry Jeff Walker dude.
Well, he made it famous. A guy named, well, that's right in front of me, Gary White, which is very different than Gary Wright, who has a
Right.
totally different thing. But
Yeah.
Gary White wrote this country tune, "I Feel Like Hank Williams Tonight," that Jerry
Oh,
Jeff
it's a great
Walker
song.
did. And last time Jimmy and I hung out, he was singing that tune. So
Oh man,
It
that's a
did-
great. It's a great
you're a
song.
completely different generation of Bellingham. Did New York Jimmy cross your ears at
No,
all?
throughout your set, I was like, man, sounds like a cool dude, but I never met him.
He was hiding
Uh,
out when he was in town pretty much after 2010. You might see him around a bit. So,
Okay.
really even more like '08 perhaps. So give us a tune and give us a new one if you have something you can do from the new record. Not the record that we can listen to, but the record we can't listen to.
Yeah, yeah, no, this one is I wanted to play because it's very Washington centric, or at least one verse
Okay.
is, or two of them, but it's about the pig war that happened on the San Juan Islands, really
It-
obscure war that happened where nothing happened. I just always thought the pig war was. It would be really funny if someone did a pig war reenactment, like they do Civil War reenactments. I always thought, and that was the
We
idea
could
for
get
the
that
song.
going.
Yeah, we could do that at the Jamboree. Just give me a spot,
Yeah.
like where you usually give the circus, and I'll just come out and kill a pig, and
Yeah.
and that'll be the pig war.
And then we could eat the
reenactment.
pig.
Yeah, and then we'll
Eat
roast
the
it.
pig.
Okay.
You know what happens when you put history and folk together?
What's that?
Hit folk. Yeah.
And with that,
Yeah. Or his folk, I suppose, was really his old. Take it away, Chris.
if I ever happen upon a pig war reenactment, I'm gonna tell a man playing Charles Griffin that he's overreacting. I'm gonna look him right between the eyes, so it seems like I'm looking him in the eyes. Say your swine was just too nosy, now quit trying to make history. You know I used to sample all the perfumes that were on the backs of the pull-out tabs in the beauty magazine ads. And I'd hide under covers with my sister's dolls, and I'd take all their doll clothes off. And I remember my confusion the first time I undressed Ken. And I get so worried about other people talking, and I try and please them, I just end up exhausted. Sometimes I get stretched so thin, may as well be inches between the lines in my skin. I want to sunbathe by a satellite dish with Velcro shoes and store credit, Thought about Lincoln Street from Jordan Avenue, and picture frames without their paint, spending days inside one room. I'd watch the wind on the water make shivery lines, and look like a video on rewind. And the plankton glowed on the crest and waves like dust floating round a lampshade. So if I ever happen upon that pig war reenactment, I'm gonna tell the man playing Charles Griffin that he's overacting. I'm gonna look him right between the eyes, so it seems like I'm looking him in the eyes. Say swine was just too nosy, and I quit trying to make history. Do I just keep going? Oh yeah, I gotta do two more. Okay. This is one off of the album that I released in March, and I'll play another one off the one we're gonna try to get out in December. But this is the title track. It's called "Good Kid." My roommate watching me over here. Multiply, edify, and subtraction. I never knew the square root of a fraction. If you've ever been at the bottom of a class, you know that D is just fine, 'cause D stands for pass. It's the same thing as sure as you're born, you're a good kid, but what are you good for? Mopping up the club, folding someone's linens in the dish pit, crying on the dishes. You got that job and you got that boss, did not show up, you got that job lost. It's the same thing as sure as you're born, you're a good kid, but what are you good for? Good kid, what are you good for? Can't finish what you start before you get bored. Get by on your wit and your charm until you're at your wit's end and your charm's all gone. Well, I dotted my T's, crossed my eyes, started seeing W and wondering why. Oh, you and me never got along and tried to spell love better than we did one time. It's the same thing as sure as you're born, you're a good kid, but what are you good for? are you good for? Can't finish what you start before you get bored. Get by on your wit and your charm until you're at your wit's end and your charm's all gone. It's the same thing. As sure as you're born, you're a good kid, but what are you good for? All right. That came from something that someone literally said to me at a bar one time. Said, "You're a good kid, but what are you good for?" And I didn't have an answer. Still working on that. Maybe I'm good for this next song. Let's see. Which one are we gonna do? Let's do. I'm alone in a room. I'm gonna do. Yeah, I'm gonna do this one off the first album I made called Reruns. There's action on the sidelines. They advertised the whole team scores. Winter pom-poms fly. There's a Cowboys cheerleader in a Times Square theater. She didn't think anyone would go see her when she was dancing at the Melody. Friday and Saturday up on the big screen. Monday through Sunday she did it the first time to pay back a friend. But why'd she do Dallas again? Long ways from Pier, she gone to Dallas to cheer. When the cuts had been made, she left in tears. Out to New York City, where she ran out of money, till a producer was told the details of her story and got her dancing at the Melody. Friday and Saturday up on the big screen. Monday through Sunday she did it the first time to pay back a friend. Why'd she do Dallas again? For dismal wage she took center stage, made top-selling film, the golden age. They named her Bambi, cast her as Debbie, the face that sold tickets but was given no royalties. She's now dancing at the Melody, Friday or Saturday. It's not on the big screen any other day. She did it twice, now we don't know where she went. I guess she ain't doing Dallas again. She ain't doing Dallas again. Amen. You know what that song's about?
I do, but
Spend some time on the internet. Sorry, what's that?
that's a good wrap-up line, and I cut right in the middle of it. I apologize there.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all
But I
right.
catch more lyrics every time on that tune. That's
Ah,
a good sign.
I can-
Sign of a good song when you catch lyrics you hadn't heard on the first good few listens. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I can honestly say I feel the same way about a lot of your songs. Listening to your set in the kitchen before this.
You know, I got an idea for a TV show. How about we get on and we just talk about how much we like each other?
Dude, yeah, I love it. The View? The View.
I don't know what The View is, but I don't want to find out. Hey, we got a lot of people listening out there commenting. We got some names we haven't seen too often on the show, so thanks very much. Chris, you can check out the comments. There's people in the comments. They say different things, you know.
Can I?
Yeah, you can look. And if you haven't shared on your Facebook page, you need to do that by now, so your people will know. Have you shared this on your stream?
I did.
You did? Good.
I did. It actually got 2 more likes than your post. I did the math.
You know what? We can do a show where we talk about how many more likes each other has. Hey, we all want to say that it is Devin Champlin's birthday today, so happy birthday to Devin Champlin.
Is it really?
Of the Gallus Brothers of the Sons of Rainier. Just an old Valentine. Been in my box of things for years. No need to be feeling jealous. I used to do this song before the Sons of Rainier came along. 'Cause I'm a Brother Mud fan. Beautiful tune. I love that song of Devin's. I used to know it. But I'm not going to do like I did with Halloween Parade and only do all of it poorly. I'll just do one line of it, not too bad. Devin Champlin, if you're not a fan, that's only because you haven't heard him. And this band is called the Sons of Rainier Bellingham Band. Happy birthday, Devin. In your sweet dreams we are in a bar and it's your birthday. Salty margaritas with Fernando. Sing it with me, David. In your sweet dreams we are in a bar and it's your birthday. Drinking salty margaritas with Fernando. Oh yeah, happy birthday, Devin. Let's do one of these. It's hard to follow a song about a pornographic actress, you know, with something relevant. So I'm not. Well, I am following, just not with anything relevant. That's why I use happy birthday as a segue. I set a sketch in charcoal. No lover on another New Year's Eve. When it came to the words, everything I'd said she heard I signed. I wanted you to have something for me. I'm the one who left, I'm the one who made you cry. You're the one who's on my mind when I get blue. Painted out town and factories, transplant conifers, the Hebrides, the rich are gonna go to Philadelphia jail, and one after another, the sweet old sea. I know I've painted this picture before. Back then I was using yellows, now I'm using greens. Last night I drew something simple and new. The images were vague, the lines were clean. Still I wanted you to have something for me. Data flakes fly, covering the caskets who would die. Bobby Sands H block, Israel roadblock, and one after another, the sweet rolling sea. I know I painted this picture before. something simple to do. Images prevail, the lines were clean. Till I wanted you, wanted you, wanted you, wanted you. I wanted you, I wanted you, wanted you, wanted you. Got something for me. What's going on with the super band?
Oh yeah, I put this up as some decoration. This is have I told you about the super band before?
No.
It's a fun thing that happened, you know, pre-COVID, where just any musician could bring their instrument, whatever they played, no limit to the amount of people, and it would get up to like 30, 40 people, and we would just play simple like blues songs and just things that a lot of people can follow along with.
Yeah.
And at first it began as like a way for everyone just to make rent. This was before my time in New Orleans, but like, because you just make more money with more people. And then it started becoming like a philanthropist thing where it was for a cause. Like there was one actually that we did where we did one for when Lucas had a GoFundMe for his cancer stuff. We raised a bunch of money for that, and so it's just always like there was always a Halloween one too that was really
once
fun.
a month, or how often did you do this, and where did you do it?
On Royal Street in New Orleans in the
Busking.
French Quarter. Yeah, it's like busking.
Ah, cool.
And, sorry, I should have mentioned that. Yeah, so it's like busking, and then usually a really big crowd would gather because it's just like, oh my God, there's 30 people playing music at once.
Right.
And the Halloween one was always great.
And that's how everybody learns everybody else's repertoire, by hanging like that.
Yeah, and you like learn old songs that way, and like it was really formative for me when I first came here. It's a cool way to meet people and like play music unpretentiously. Of like everyone's allowed. Like no, there's no
Everyone's
fucking
in the super band.
Yeah, everyone's in the super band. Dude. Bring the djembe. Let's chill.
Okay.
That was for David.
Yeah. All right, well, give us a tune, man.
Cool. Yeah. This is another newer one. This is a romantic number that I'm pretty happy with. Actually, I'm going to save that. I'm going to play another romantic number that's about wanting to touch people, which I would love to touch you guys. And all the little kids got their sidewalk chalk, stepping on the roaches, putting salt on the slugs. I'm sitting in my kitchen, chewing on bread, treating every dollar like a rubber band. Well, those big eyebrows and those high cheekbones probably had her looking pretty funny till she was grown. Now she's living on the corner, I'm making a wish. I wonder how she'd like my face if it didn't look like this. She wouldn't ask for something she couldn't get by herself. I wanna feel you on my skin like copper tone. I wanna beg like a payday loan. I'm gonna stand my ground like a traffic cone. Honey, I'm gonna last like styrofoam, like styrofoam. Not my most ecologically conscious song. And all the earth girls just pump their thumbs, resting on their elbows until they're numb. And I'm standing around on my 2 feet, wondering if they can move on them like me. Now the hangers in her closet, they're better dressed than any pew humper in their Sunday best. And I want the little bruises from her kiss. I wonder how she'd like my face if it didn't look like this. She wouldn't ask for something she couldn't get by herself. I wanna feel you on my skin like copper tone. I wanna beg like a payday loan. I'm gonna stand my ground like a traffic cone. Honey, I'm gonna last like styrofoam, like styrofoam, like styrofoam. Yeah, styrofoam lasts a long time.
So do payday loans.
Yeah.
Is that on the new record? Is that on the March record or the December record?
December record.
Okay.
Yeah.
And why release in December?
I
Generally,
thought about that.
People think December, too much is going on, people are busy, but you wait till January, then it has the new year stamped on it, and feels like
I
fresh.
thought about the New Year thing for sure, but I don't know. Maybe it might come out in January, but I just also was like, I don't know if there's like a good time to release a record anymore.
Yeah, right. You're not going to print it out, or if you do, no one's going to buy it because you're not going to play any shows.
Right, so I'm just kind of like, but I want to get it out there because I'm proud of it, and I'm also like, people should have new music, so I guess I'm just less concerned than ever with when. I'm just like, fuck, this one might be a wash, but like, let's put it out. You know?
Get it out.
Yeah.
You know, we're very precious now because people go to college and get degrees in music business, and there's all these strategies, and, what are you doing? And it's like, get it out. Get the music out. Nobody knows what's going on. We're gonna have an election on Tuesday, which right? I mean, so we're gonna sit here and worry about whether your record comes out in December or January. I mean, it's like, get it out. And
I'm just kind of like,
I'm not doing it, but I have some things in the can that I'm gonna get out myself. I've been like waiting. What am I waiting for? COVID's gonna be here for another year. Get it out. So,
I know that's my standing theory, subject to change, but yeah, I'm just like, we need a lot of music in the world right now, so let's just not get too precious about it, like, because it's all about having like a body of work, like just having a bunch of stuff you can show people is cool. So
as Billy Bragg says, I feel a total jerk before your naked body of work.
Did not know where you're going.
As Chris Acker says, we need a body of work. I'm trying to get a body of work. I'm trying to work out, but you can't go to the gym, I'm like, I'm going to become a guy who's like really just super self-motivated at home with the exercising. Hasn't really kicked in yet, but I'm visualizing that. Visualizing.
Wear like 3 more of those sweaters and just sweat it out. Go walk around the block in like 3 more of those, and then you're good. I'm jealous of your guys' cold weather.
Let me sing something on point there. Trying to sing something on point. A song of Romance coming from Chris Acker there. Oh, yeah, well, I rarely do this one in this setting. This is, yeah, it is. David is actually of a very select, is a high level of a select group of people who play swing bowron, and that's kind of, so I'd like to feature him on that. It's not many people do it, you know. We're kind of like the djembe at the jazz session. Well, I want to get back together with you, do the things we used to do. Your hair's red, your eyes are blue. No, there's nothing we cannot do. I want to get back together with you. I want to push you on a swing, I want you to do the same to me. I'll never forget that night in Gibraltar. We tried out the teeter-totter. I want to get back together with you. I got that letter that you sent me. If even half of it is true, tell you, man, you've got the flu. I want to get back together. They don't want to get back together with you. Do the things we used to do. Sit around and hoochie coo. Diddly dab, doodly doo. I want to get back together with you. Oh, I want to sit with you with the lights turned low. Tell you the words told you once before. I know there's not much we haven't tried left, but I tell you I got it in spring in my step. I want to get back together with you. You always did like my 10-inch record of the band that played the blues. Honey, I'm in love with you. I want to get back together. Swing power on. Back together with you, do the things we used to do. Your hair is red, your eyes are blue. No, there's nothing we cannot do. I want to get back together with you. I got that letter that you sent me. If even half of it is true, tell you, man, you've got the flu. I want to get back together. We'll be just like the birds of a feather. We'll get the rope and then we'll be tethered. I like the way you look at the leather. I want to get back together with you. To you.
Demonstrate. Can you two demonstrate the teeter-totter? What is that? What does that one look like?
You know, Chris, you're still a very young man. You know, maybe a few things you don't understand yet. You know, you're gonna try.
Yeah, but I got a big imagination.
Yeah.
I may be young.
You can't find the teeter-totter. The teeter-totter has to find you.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Late night at the Jamboree, maybe.
Yeah. Very late.
Yeah. Oh, man. Hell yeah. Well, oh yeah, keep on forgetting I'm like supposed to play. Okay.
Yeah, well, anyways.
Yeah, oh, so cool, man.
Entertainment's gotten very casual in COVID.
Yeah. All right. This is an autumn song for you guys. I like walking 'cause I don't need a reason. Autumn's balled branches, tangled upwards reaching. The leaves are meeting, shadows they've been casting. Candy-colored houses look like pockets sagging. A few months back, the bricks were burning. They stayed warm into the evening. We drag our hands along them, stop to hold them, but now it's just raining. Those streets like oil paint. We're at our autumn windows alone. My money's never mine. I'm working for every borrow. It's been so many times I stopped saying sorry. My mattress is sheetless, but I've been sleeping with all the smell of poultry from the bridge to Port Street. When you did the dishes, put my hands above your hips, put kisses on your shoulders like replacements for your burden. You'd wrap your legs around me. Together we were shaking, repeating our names in those stuttered breaths escaping. Red jacket, then I saw you. You said I smelled like rubber. Said to myself, I might always love her. Your eyes are wells when they widen, and I've swam inside them. And I love you because you cannot hide behind them. And I like walking 'cause I don't need a reason, but I began to try and find them to counter feeling. Never is the hardest kind of forever. So I stood between, didn't say either, just tried the both to please them. From green to gold in season, and hearts of fruit are hard, though they're sweet. And I like walking 'cause I don't need a reason.
Beautiful tune. Am I in?
Yep.
Thanks, man.
Beautiful tune, man.
Wow.
I'm gonna do one, and then hopefully you'll have one more for us.
Yeah.
There a lot of beautiful tune. Really enjoyed that, and it put me in the mood of. There's it's not really a subcategory. It's perhaps a subcategory, which is I think you and I are deep enough in this thing to like that's where we kind of get excited. So there is a subcategory of songs of Last Time I Saw You songs, and you had a lyric in there. Last Time I Saw You, I think.
Well, maybe you misheard something, but it's
Oh.
kind of fun to say that because I still think it applies in that.
What's the lyric? Actually, the signal fuzzed out of me. What was the lyric?
Well, I'm trying to think of Red Jacket, Then I Saw You. It's about the
Red
first
Jacket,
thing
Then I
you
Saw You. Okay, well, this means
about the person.
Yeah, was it? This you're on the cusp of whether or not you're now in the subgenre of the Last Time I Saw You songs.
Right. Well, it's,
Red Jacket, Then I Saw You, but that, if I may be so bold, is the narrator of the story here referencing a memory of the first meeting?
yeah.
Okay, all right. I think that you're like over the fence. It's clearly into the category of the Last Time I Saw You songs, which I think the pinnacle is, of course, Leonard Cohen, famous Blue Raincoat. Last time I saw you, look so much older. Famous Blue Raincoat was torn at your shoulder.
Yeah.
Went to the station to meet every train, but she never showed up. I mean, Lily Marlene. And there's got to be others, And I kind of like, I think this way. And maybe you can think of one while I'm playing one. But I've got one, So
Please.
and this.
I think it might be. I think I might know what song you're about to play.
Yeah, maybe.
Go for it.
I don't know. If Billiam's out there, and if anybody's following along in the comments, he's the guy who's buying digital shots like it's not costing him anything. I mean, he's just throwing that stuff around. I don't know. Usually, you know, we had Billiam and Clay in the past made so many comments buying each other digital shots during our happy hour show that they got kicked off of Facebook for a little while. And that's a lot of digital shots that were bought. This is off my record called A Crowd of Drunken Lovers, and some people like Billiam are always requesting the old ones. And I'm always trying to remember the old ones when I play. I remember holding you. I remember you dancing as I strummed your souvenir guitar, creeping out of your dress. I was burning with desire. In your kitchen, it was August. We were cleaning up from breakfast. I was lingering. I believe you started singing. It was good. For a minute, our love was understood, but all he could sing was beautifully. And I wanted to hear Billie Holiday. Last time I saw you, you hadn't grown much older, but your eyes were distant. It was in June. You were singing a Broadway tune, and you didn't know the words, so you scattered like the birds. Yes, you always seemed to be singing like Ella Fitzgerald, and you weren't half bad. Tucked under my arm, your shoulder turned into a hand around my waist. But I would hear Billie Holiday. And up in your attic room, waiting for our love to wander back. But you were always reading William Shakespeare. You kept a volume by your bed. The stories of morals, endings, and truth. The pentameter was perfect. Rhyming was proof that he was a genius. And sure I could see it, so I kind of smiled and nodded my head. And I found it impossible that you got bored with On the Road. You said it was crap. Anyone can ramble, put plots in a pot and scramble. And your authors, you expected beauty. And I expected Billie Holiday. And up in your attic room, waiting for our love to wander back. But all I got were cold lips and a hard bed, a tisket and tasket on the phonograph. No arms to hold me, no strength to rub my back. And it became clear to me as you stared and yawned at me that our time was never coming round. I was giving you Dylan, you wanted Donovan. Sandpaper, you wanted cinnamon. And it was Sing Billy Hall all day, you're never gonna sing Billy Hall all day. For all the crowds, for all the non-crowds of drunken lovers out there, for all the would-be crowds of drunken lovers. Was that the tune you were thinking of? Well, in the sense that that is the story of the narrator. You know, I don't know who the narrator is, but it is the story the narrator is presenting. But I don't believe that line exists in there. But it could. Yeah. Yeah, well, yours is borderline because you still have "saw you," which I mean, I think inarguably is the action part of the line, and the last, you know, that's where I'm categorizing because it's like, yeah, we're all ourselves, we're all adding ourselves to this thing, we're all original, but the truth of the matter is, we're all, you know, we're drinking the same tea, we're digging the same trough, and what we do is just try to add ourselves because we love the trough, we love the tea. You know, we love the last time, you know, because it works. It's like, you know, why is waltzing fun every time? Because it's great. So you don't need to, you know, come up with a new time signature. So we just go along, and people, so, you know, when you're young, you think, oh, why should I write a song? All the songs have already been written that need to be written. All the things have been said that need to be said. Well, guess what? There's new people born every day who haven't heard things yet, and they need to hear things from their contemporaries. And that's why it's legitimate for you and I to be writing the Last Time I Saw You songs, even though Famous Blue Raincoat already exists.
Yeah.
You know,
Man.
I'm kind of on a ramble here now, aren't I?
Wow, that was amazing. Yeah,
that's what we come for. That's the kitchen table. It's the place where things come out.
I was going to quit, and then you said all that. I was going to, this live stream.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame you.
The last show, yeah. My plan was I was just going to burn my guitar live on the live stream after this. I was just going to...
we would have gotten a lot more plays, you know, the post plays. Because there's not only people watching now, there's people who watch the live stream later, you know?
We'll get the post plays for that rant. People are going to be like,
okay,
yeah. Post plays, you have been doing this a while.
Is that really the term, David? Is post plays actually the term?
Replays is what they call it on Twitch.
Replays is what the Twitchers call it. But all right, give us another number, and tell us one more. Yeah, that's your last one.
Okay.
Well,
right.
It sounds like if you have more, do two.
No, I just want to check. You know, the last songs, you got to be careful about which one you play.
What time
were you going to say?
Here? What time is it?
6:34 Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah. It could be the last one. You know, it depends. Are you doing the record of Edmund Fitzgerald, or are you doing 5 for 2 and Eyes of Blue? You know, these are...
Oh, yeah. Well, no, I think with some of the talk that it looks like there's in the comments and our conversation about voting, earlier I'm going to play and with COVID times, I don't know, I have to convince why this song is relevant. It's a John Prine song. It's about false patriotism. And it's one of my favorites, so I'm gonna rip into this one. Well, digesting Reader's Digest in the back of a dirty bookstore. Plastic flag with gum on the back fell out on the floor. I picked it up, ran outside, slapped on my window shield. If I could see old Betsy Ross, tell her how good I feel. But your flag decal won't get you into heaven anymore. It's already overcrowded from dirty little war. And Jesus don't like killing no matter what the reason's for. So your flag decal won't get you into heaven anymore. I went to the bank this morning and the cashier said to me, if you join our Christmas club, I'm getting 10 of them flags for free. I didn't mess around a bit. Took him up on what he said. Stuck them stickers all over my car. One on my wife's forehead. Shut up, man, those flag decal won't get you into heaven anymore. It's already overcrowded from a dirty little war. And Jesus don't like killing no matter what the reason's for. So your flag decal won't get you into heaven anymore. Well, I got my window shield so filled with flags I couldn't see. So I stuck them stickers all over my car, ran into a tree. By the time they got the doctor down, I was already dead. And I'll never understand why the man standing in the pearly gates said that your flag decal won't get you into heaven anymore. It's already overcrowded from your dirty little war. And Jesus don't like killing no matter what the reason's for. So your flag decal won't get you into heaven anymore.
Yes. Why don't
Did I lose you?
I'm with you. My heart is with you. My eyes are with you.
Wait, I lost you for a sec. What did you say? I got you back. Did you guys hear all that? Did you
Yeah,
hear
it was
the song?
great. It was great.
Oh.
Wonderful.
I got freaked out. What's that? What's
the
that?
connection's getting freaky. Hopefully not to other people. Maybe just us and the phones.
Okay.
Why don't you give us one more, and then as your adieu, and I just thought I'd share this cool story that my good buddy Mike Miranda of the band The Mammals lives in Woodstock, New York, and I first became friends with him in 2000. He and his wife Ruth Unger, and we stay very close. And we were talking about music, and whenever we come across songwriters we like, we might mention them to each other. So Mike and I were talking about 6 months ago and said, "Hey, if you come across this guy Chris Acker," so that's his way. Yeah, man, that's what I'm trying to say. The guy in Hudson Valley, who's a real songhead, says, "Hey, have you come across Chris Acker?" And I said,
And you were like, I was literally the first. I was the first. The very first one. Yeah, you basically were.
He was a freshman in college when I found him.
Oh, dude.
So that's sort of your build up your ego, which we all need. I love it myself.
Oh, yeah, dude.
And for you to do your last number.
Oh man, that's really sweet story. I do one quick thing is the album we recorded. I don't know how you heard about me, but I've been going up to Hudson Valley to tour the past few summers, and then we did the album we just did in Hudson Valley, not far from Woodstock.
Who did you record with?
A friend of mine I met touring up there that goes by Burt Murder.
Okay.
That's who we recorded with. Yeah, he's not. I don't think he's a super well known name up there, but Burt Murder. Yeah.
Well, the fact that you could afford him, kind of, sort of.
Yeah. No, that name ain't cheap. That's not. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll do one more, and then you're gonna play us out, right?
That's it. Yeah. Thanks so much for being on the show, Chris. Great to catch up a bit, and stay healthy, stay home, stay healthy, wear a mask. And really looking forward to checking out the new record. And I guess for the people who have only heard you now, the way to hear Chris Acker is it's called Google. You just go into Google and you press
Google.
Chris Acker.
But I'm worth a Google. Yeah. I don't think high of myself, but I know I'm worth a Google. I know I'm worth a Google.
I'm sure you're on all the streaming services, and you've got a website and such like this, Bandcamp. Mm-hmm. So. Is there one place of all the Google possibilities that would end up that you could tell people to go to most directly?
The most direct support is like Bandcamp, but also I'm a big YouTube guy. I love YouTube. I'm always on it, and there's videos of me on it. I go watch YouTube. Look it up on YouTube.
And I will say that Chris's videos are amazing and humbling. I think how the hell did he make this incredible video?
That was Burt Murder. That's who made him.
Yeah, the videos are really top notch. So maybe we'll get a partial of your video as our pre-roll for the show at some point. But anyways, Chris, so glad to have you on the show. Glad you're doing well. And tell us about this last tune you're going to do.
There's not much to say. Love you guys. Thanks for having me. I think why there's not much to say is I haven't decided what song it's going to be. Should we do a real quick old song, or should we do another new one off the record?
Hey, look forward, young man.
Can't hear you guys again. What'd you say?
Look forward, young man. I'd say do something the new. Do the new. Always after the new songs.
All right, here it is. I'm at the laundromat, folding the sleeves to my t-shirt's back, watching that cycle spin. My socks look like fish jumping, and I'm scrolling through Craigslist, just wishing I had IBS to qualify for a medical test and pay all my good friends back. And I get panicked and paralyzed, got habitual perversions and manic aspirations just to get myself out of bed, pull myself from the pillow and walk the sleep out of my head. Looking at the shower knob, the cold handle is labeled hot. The light switch is outside the door. I find faces in the tiled walls. I used to get blemishes on my skin, looked like someone sank a battleship. Now when they call me handsome, I don't wanna believe them, but you know that I try. Should Nikolai play a guitar solo? And I get panicked and paralyzed. My hairline's losing real estate. My forehead is expanding, my face. I spend 5 minutes a day just pulling my head from the drain. Alright, get in here, my roommate Nikolai. Do a chorus. There's a guy here. Dude, fuck tuning. Alright, get back to making dinner. And I can get mad so fast, impulse defies reason. And I don't search for words to explain, and I wind up hurting someone. I look for a receiving end, place my frustrations. But because they start with me, it's the only place they're gonna end. And I get panicked and paralyzed, and all of my thank yous are for your understanding, preceding an apology. Was I ever really lucky, or was it just others? Was it just others' favors and sympathies? I'm gonna get so bitter carrying on like this, not knowing how to say how I feel. You'll catch me honking at student drivers with my head on the wheel. Yeah, catch me honking at student drivers with my head on the wheel. Okay. Yeah.
Great. Here we are in Bellingham, the most northwest corner, the most northwest city, most northwest state in the lower 48. That's my home. I moved here in 1995. Had a cousin, my cousin Michelle lived up here, and she was part of the rock scene. And I thought, well, I don't know about going to college, but I know I want to play music, and college seems to be a way to get out of the house. So I ended up here in Bellingham. I met all these different characters, and it turns out to be a great place for me. Then 20 years after that, I met Chris Acker at a Western class where I was performing for a bunch of Western freshmen. And he came up to me after the show and said, yeah. And I said, so do you like listen to the Dubliners? Yes, I do listen to the Dubliners, you know. And we've been friends ever since, and he's going on making these great records. Bellingham has been a great town for music. And we are celebrating the life of New York Jimmy, and as I thought about him, and I wanted to learn a tune that was in his repertoire, and I played Buzz, Buzz, Buzz goes the bumblebees, Tweedledee goes the birds. But the sweetest sound, darling, the sound of your voice, little darling, was the sweetest song I've ever heard. That great jump. Well, it was a doo-wop song. They turned it into a jump blues song. And then I played the song that Jimmy sang the last time we hung out. Jerry Jeff Walker's song, I Feel Like Hank Williams Tonight. But I realize now how much actually Jimmy has and still exists in the tapestry of the songs I've known. Rock and Roll Dream is the old guys got the same old stories. It's lovingly about Jimmy and about the stories of his band on the road. And I don't think The Young Eyes Always Glow is exactly about Chris Acker, but it may as well be. It certainly is about me, because my young eyes always glowed when I heard stories of musicians older than me talking about being on the road. I remember being in high school and a punk band, members of whom went on to become the Murder City Devils. They were in a different band. They got back from a tour, and they told a long story about this gig they played somewhere in Utah where a guy showed up dressed up like the Tasmanian Devil. Except it wasn't like a costume of the Tasmanian Devil. He actually had full-on regalia. Like he had Tasmanian Devil shirt, Tasmanian Devil trousers, Tasmanian Devil socks, Tasmanian Devil hat. And I was hearing about this, and all I could think is, I got to get on the road. I got to get on the road. I got to start touring. You know, I got to do this. And so Bellingham became my home base, of which I toured. And Bellingham became a place where I continue to make new musical friends. And tonight we're also celebrating our lost musical friend, New York Jimmy, who slipped into this song probably 15, 20 years ago as part of the happy hour set that I played at Boundary Bay for what has been 20 years, Thursdays at 5 o'clock. I've been playing this Shel Silverstein song. I wouldn't know about these sorts of songs if it wasn't for my father, Peter Blake, who turned me on to Shel Silverstein. And I'm not talking about The Light in the Attic or Where the Sidewalk Ends. I'm talking about Freaking at the Freakers Ball. That's the record dear old dad turned me on to with Shel Silverstein. And somehow that led to this tune here, of which New York Jimmy was not originally mentioned in the song by Shel, but he became part of my version. For a while, Jimmy was the sound guy at Boundary Bay, and I guess maybe that's how it all got started, and how we crept into the happy hour show. Well, a friend of mine, way back in Philadelphia, he finally made his pile. He got himself a mansion and a butler and a chef. He was living in style. One day I saw him eating this greasy spoon. Outside was his big old limousine. I said, hey buddy, you got so much money. What are you doing sitting in here eating beans? He said, I've been eating steak for a while. Beans taste fine. And after you've been drinking champagne and brandy, you're gonna settle for wine. Oh, the world is funny, people are strange. Man is a creature of constant change. After you've been eating steak for a while, beans taste fine. Swing it in, David. Hey! I saw him at a Railroad Avenue bar. I said, Jim, is it true what I heard about you? I hear you married an 18-year-old movie star. And I hear you said, trying to make out with some barfly too old and raunchy to be true. You said, Blake, you are still a very young man. Let me explain this to you. Oh, after you've been eating steak for a while, beans taste fine. And after you've been drinking champagne and brandy, gonna settle for wine. Oh, the world is funny, people are strange, a man is a creature of a constant change. After you've been eating steak for a while, beans taste fine. Oh yeah, they do. Beans taste fine, beans taste fine. Oh, David, how are we doing out there on time, and how are we doing in comment land before we wrap this thing up?
It is currently 6:52 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, post-daylight savings adjustment. William says, let's all have a dance party. Let's say it's Tuesday night, question mark? Kitchen Jam Yahoo from Karin S. Mills.
Oh.
And Sarah Long concurs that beans do taste fine.
I'm a big fan of beans myself. Beans and greens. That's how we're going to stay healthy into our 80s and 90s and beyond, friend. Beans and greens. It might actually have something to do with how we save the planet, too. So eat your legumes and cook up. We got the pintos. Got the garbanzo. Love the garbanzo beans. Tomatoes, nice. Lentils. I love lentils. Onions, Send this one out to Chris Acker. Thank him for being on the show. And it was my buddy Mike Miranda who said to me, hey, if you heard about this guy, Chris Acker's pretty good. I've heard him, keep hearing about him. We'll do a Mike Miranda song and then we'll wrap up the show in our usual way. I could have been more political tonight, but I just can't have to say I'm trying to take a deep breath and wait and make some phone calls, some phone banking, write some postcards, and just take a deep breath, because it's going to be really rough if the reaction, if the election goes the way we don't want it to. So, anxiety is high at my house. I hope everybody's all right. Eat some beans, eat some greens, have some ginger tea. I hope you have someone in your life who'll make you a little ginger tea, and if you do, it'll be a little bit better. Oh, we have hope that the 99% will vote. It's like I can't even talk about it. The anxiety is so high, but we gotta talk about it. Thanks to everybody out there who's been doing the hard political work. Phone calls and postcards. Talking about you, Karen Hoffman. Well done. Talking about you, Amanda Appitz. She was doing text banking. And somebody wrote back to her, how do you get my number? Alright, we're doing a Mike Miranda song. Well, the pills she pops, they're a tricky mix. 15 minutes later, everything just clicks. She answers phones for some hypocrites. Meters tick, policeman gets his fix. Singing notes from underground. Well, I help pay for a therapist, even though it was a appointments that you missed. But I had to see her sing, I could not resist. So we tried to keep each other off the endangered species list. Cause the newsman's got deadlines, so he only gets the gist of the truth that has eluded us, always how singing notes from underground. Festival freaks, they will tell you what's profound. The details are as fuzzy as the second stage sound. The word on the street is that it's happening underground. Between the artists and deceivers, so many lost just to be found. No one here is satisfied just to be around. We want such shimmering status, but we hunted like a hound. Singing notes from underground. Now the carpet stains, that's as real as it gets. The sunlight coming through the shades won't let you forget that your pockets are full of holes from a dozen cigarettes. What was it you were searching for? Why do you feel such regret? Cause half of us are waiting for someone we've not yet met, while the rest of us build credit, slipping deeper into debt. Singing notes from underground. She said, why you always focus on the negative? I said, there's good in all of us, but it runs through like a sieve. She said, you're part of the problem, and I told her I can't forgive. I said, good looking, I'm just an antenna, and everything is relative. When we went our separate ways, the kiss I took, she did not give. We went off feeling broken about this life we choose. Sing notes from underground. From the great Mike Miranda now, we say goodnight. Thanks everybody for being with us. Robert Sarazin Blake from the kitchen table. That's David Penderlofgren, who makes it all actually happen. He's on the Boweron. That's the Western Swing Boweron. Certain variety he plays there. And he's doing all the computer work to make it all happen. Good night, New York Jimmy. Thank you for all the good times, all the smiles brought to all the faces. Thanks to Chris Acker for being with us tonight. Go check out his music. He knows he's worth a Google, and I agree. And we'll always close with this one here from our buddy Hank in Cork City. Well, it's great to see you, because we thought you were dead. Did you come back to life? Did you get out of your bed? It's great to see you. Yeah, it's true. It's great to see you. It's great to be near you. whisper nothing, sing softly on your ear. Try not to cut you the moment that's clear. Shadowing might be, feelings clear. I couldn't ask for anything more. It's all about the times we share. It's all about the times we share. It's great to see you. Are you gonna stay? Are you here for the long night? Are you leaving at the break of day? It's great to see you. Yeah, it's true. It's great to see you. It's great to be near you. It's all about the times we share. It's all about the times we share. It's all about the times we share. See you next week.